Thank you for joining me for this tutorial, Introduction to Relations in Servoy 4. So what is a relation? A relation creates a join between two different tables. And the tables don't even have to be in the same physical database. They can be over the WAN, over the LAN, over the internet. You can even join two different vendors' databases together. So for example, you may have a Sybase database with your customer information and an Oracle database with your order information, and you can join those two physical databases together. The platform and databases don't really matter as long as you have a valid database connection to them. You can go ahead and create joins between them. Once you've defined your relation, they can be used on form fields, on labels, in tab panels, method code, basically all over any place that you want to use related data. So for a quick overview on how it works, let's jump over into Servoy Developer. All right, so here I've created a very simple solution called Intro to Relations. I've made two simple forms, customers and orders. Now let's go ahead and make our relation. So I'm going to go down over here to the relations, right click, and say create a relation. Now I can come up to the servers and choose the server that I want to use. I'm going to use the example data, and the table I'm going to use is the customers, and the table that I want to join to also lives in the example data database connection, and that table is going to be orders. Now in this section, I have to choose the fields that are similar or that match, have the same data between the two tables so that I can join them together. So from the customers table, I'm going to choose the customer ID, and from the orders table, I'm also going to choose the customer ID. Down here at the bottom, I have a choice of what kind of join I want to do, either an inner join or a left outer join. If you don't know what a left outer join is, don't worry about it. You're going to use an inner join most of the time. I can also set the initial sort, and they can be of any column that I want to. They don't have to be the ones that I join together. For now, we'll just leave it blank. Allow creation of related records means that you can programmatically create new orders through the customers, and Servoy will automatically populate the customer ID for you. Allow parent delete when having related records means if you have a customer that has orders, it's still okay to go ahead and delete the customer record even though there are orders pending. Delete related records means when you delete the customer, you automatically want to also delete all of the orders. So we're going to save those options the way they are by default. Now I'm going to click Save, and we're done. Now I'm going to come back over to the customers form, and I'm going to place a portal so we can see the order data. So now I see my customers to orders, and these are all the columns in orders. And I'm going to control click order ID, order date, and required date. I'm going to uncheck the labels, but I am going to check the text property, and that will give me the name of the column in the portal. So here I have my portal structure. I'm going to just move it over a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to resize these fields, just making the order ID a bit less wide. So I'm holding down the Shift and Control keys and using the left-hand arrow. Same thing for the order date. All right, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and save. And now we'll go ahead and launch the Smart Client to see what we've done. And there we have all of our orders for this customer. And as I change records, that data is automatically updated for me. All right, there's something else now that we can do. I want to create another new relation. So we'll go ahead and dismiss this. And again, right-click on the relations to create a new relation. This time we're going to go from example data, and I'm going to go from the orders back to the customers. So back example data, orders, I'm going to join back to customers, and we're going to choose the same fields that we did last time. So we got the customer ID on this side, matches the customer ID on this side, and save that. All right, now we're going to come over to our orders form here, and let's see how that looks in the Smart Client. So here I have the customer ID, but ideally I'd like to have the customer name. Now you could use a value list for this, but I want to show you how to use a related field. So we're going to pop back over here to our form, and I'm simply just going to double click on the field itself. This will show me a list of all the fields in the current table, but if I scroll all the way down, I can also see all of the columns from the relation. So I can come over here to company name, click that, click OK, and I have to save it again, so we'll save. And to show this form in the Smart Client, I can use the keyboard accelerator, Control-L. And now we see that the customer ID field no longer has just the ID, but it actually has the customer name. As I change records in here, you can see, sure enough, it works. Well, that's a brief overview of how to get started using relations in Servoy. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial.